Alright guys, after about a week I'm back. Had to work on the fly basically because the trim piece that I cut out didn't fit exactly flush with the replacement glass that was put in. I think it sits a little bit higher um, than the factory glass just because the way they glue it in. I guess it's different than back in the 70s. So what I did was I took some outlined the trim piece with Loctite, some heavy duty Loctite, glued it in, had to hold it down with um, basically some really heavy pressure to get it in place. So you can see the Loctite, and I use glazing putty. So basically I use the Bondo Glazing Putty to smooth out the transition where the trim piece was glued back in with Loctite. So underneath this is Loctite. So this is some of the original glazing putty, and then I had to get another bottle. So that's the darker red one. It's a little hard to tell on the top through video, but the transition is really pretty smooth. I spent about I don't know, it was about a week just trying to get it to a workable state. Just a little bit every day here and there. So basically now I'm to the point where the primer got set so I can do a uniform color with, you know, the Bondo, it's red. I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, but considering this is like a budget do-it-yourself fix, you can see the transition. You can see a tiny bit of the transition. It's just a little scratch from the primer. A little bit of the transition, like over here, is pretty smooth. There's a few spots where maybe you can see the outline of where the break was from the trim. Over here it looks pretty good. When you get up here, I had to lay on some thick glazing putty just to even it out with more flush with the top. But I think once it's a uniform color, it's gonna look much better. It's already looking better now that the primer is on it, and I'm pretty happy. Pretty soon it'll be ready for paint.